Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in TayNinhTV province. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past time, the party committee, authorities and people of TayNinhTV City have always made efforts, overcome difficulties, regularly pay attention to, and take care of poor material and spiritual for policy families and relatives of meritorious people. Thereby it has partly shared the losses and pains of policy family who have contributed to the revolutions in the area.
On the occasion of the 76th anniversary of the Day of Invalids Martyrs of July the 27th, at all levels and branches of the city have organized many activities, repaying the rated due, as well as ensuring the correct and full implementation of the guidelines and policies of the party in the state towards policy families, meritorious persons, notably the transfer of gifts from the president to more than 1,200 benefit carriers and relatives of the meritorious persons, with a total amount of nearly 370 million Vietnam dong. Organizing a visits and gave thousands of gifts to heroic Vietnamese mothers, wounded and sick soldiers, relatives of meritorious persons, with a total budget of more than 540 million Vietnam dong, and built one volunteer house for disadvantaged policy families worth for 160 million Vietnam dong also. Along with that, free medical examination and treatment and supplying medicines activities, visiting the memory house inscribed with the names of martyrs heroes, meetings of policy subjects and meritorious persons, well-maintained organization.
Implementing the government's project number 6 on developing the application of data on population, electronic identification and authentication for national digital transformation in the period of 2022-2025 with a vision to 2030. In recent days, the police of Tân Bình Commune City have focused on directing and strengthening forces meant to accelerate the issuance of electronic identification accounts to citizens, with the spirit of completing on the tasks not working on the time for the people to serve. Besides arranging carriers and soldiers to work at the reception department of Commune Police headquarters, the Commune Police force also coordinates departments, branches, units to work mobile to the villages, hamlets to propagate, instruct people to install the VNeID application, registration and activation of electronic identification accounts for each citizen. Up to now, Tân Bình Commune Police has completed the issuance of citizen identity cards with electronic chips to 100% of people aged 14 and over. Half of remain earlier than the time assigned by the Ministry of Public Security. The rate of people installing electronic identification accounts missed and exceeded their site targets.
In the morning of August 18 of 2023, Châu Thanh District People's Committee held a regular meeting to assess the implementation of the socio-economic development in August of 2023. Accordingly, the situation of agricultural production in annual crop area will be maintained stably. The total state budget revenue in the district as of July the 31st of 2023 is nearly 167 billion Vietnam dong, reaching for 84.4% of the provincial and the district estimates, up to 12.8% over the same period in 2022. Up to now, Châu Thanh has 9 communes meeting new rural standards and 1 commune meeting as the TayNinhTV commune, which is meeting advanced new rural standards. 1 commune of Thanh Điền meeting the model new rural standards also, and continuing to focus on building Hảo Đức commune and An Bình commune to meet advanced new rural standards by the end of 2023. The fields of culture, education, social security, and so on are also paid special attention to and effectively implemented by Châu Thanh District. The district has well implemented the debt care for the poor and household under policies.
The agricultural sector of Châu Thanh District is strengthening the investigation and forecasting of pests and diseases on rice crop to promptly detect and guide farmers to effectively control to rotate rice crop yield. Accordingly, for fields severely damaged by annobian borers after harvesting is completed, the District Department of Agriculture and Rural Development recommends that people should flow the storm down and at the same time clean the fields to kill young pests and people. The development of annobian borers in the next season. The district agriculture sector also noted that farmers need to limit the use of chemical drugs before 40 days after sowing to avoid annobian borers in rice field. If it is damaged by an opium border at the state of crisis, then additional manure and running mice should be spread. In case of necessity, it is necessary to carry out spraying with biological preparations.
And on August 19, the Youth Union of the Joint Stock Commercial Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam (BIDV) traveled to some localities in the province and implemented the works and tasks under the summer of 2023 Youth Volunteer Campaign. The delegation visited, offered flowers and incense at Volunteer Cemetery in Go Dao District to commemorate the noble sacrifice of the Matthias hero, those who fell for the independence and also the freedom of the nation. The BIDV Youth Union has also cooperated with Go Dao District Union to organize many practical social security activities, such as donating 16 clean water purifiers to primary schools in the district, 29 scholarships to disadvantaged children in Thanh Phước Commune, and joyful cultural and also artistic exchange activities bearing the imprint of youth. On the same day, in An Bình Commune, Thanh District, the BIDV Youth Union cooperated with the local union members and the youth to carry out many other subjects in the commune. The total value of works in this program in the province is over 100 million Vietnam dong.
On the occasion of Vulang Race Festival in 2023, many meaningful activities associated with Buddhist ritual and folk belief will be held at Padang Taynin Mountain. This is expected to be a place for visitors to visit, travel, and wish the best for their parents.
Coming to Padang Mountain during the 7 lunar moon, visitors will have the opportunity to express their respect to Linh Sơn Holy Mother, or popularly known as Padang Godmother, who pray for health and peace for the grandparents, for the parents, and the whole family. To admire the statue of Bodhisattva of Mercy Table Đà Sơn, currently holding the records for the highest bronze Bodhisattva of Mercy statue in Asia, located on the top of the mountain. Recite crystals and listen to lectures on the legend and the meaning of Vulang Festival of the Buddhism. Join in the offering of lanterns at the foot of the pillar of the Bar Sutra. Practice the act of gratitude to the elders, enjoy the special art program, offering 1,000 respect, complete the religion as a child. Performing arts activities will also take place on August from 26, 27, and the 30th of 2023, aiming for the 11, the 12, and the 15 days of the 7 lunar calendar. The Lantern offering ceremony will be held on August 26, 27, and 29 of 2023, equivalent to the July of the 11th, the 12th, and the 14th of the lunar calendar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scam of exporting 100 containers of cacao nuts to Italy worth 20 million United States dollars that occurred at the beginning of 2022 had not yet subsided in April this year. Vietnamese enterprises have 5 more containers of pepper, cinnamon, anise, and cacao with a total value of over 516,000 United States dollars are showing signs of being scammed in the UAE. These are stories and lessons for exporters in international trade, and the question is how to minimize risk for export enterprises.
For most businesses, finding partners and understanding the market is extremely important. Even for businesses with many years of export experience in many countries around the world, trade promotion in the one-horse style sometimes faces many difficulties. It is the lack of direct communication with the customers that makes the business risks prone to occur. However, if businesses work methodically, cautiously, and know how to take advantage of reliable information sources at home and abroad, it will limit the risks. In order for trade promotion to be done more thoroughly, it is imperative that enterprises themselves must be self-funded. Many lack information may need the legal support at the beginning of the buyer's market. We need the support of the road of trade counselors. But in order to do that in detail, standard, and deep manner, it is imperative that businesses at the association also make the right efforts. And in order to reduce the risks in import-export business, expert recommended that import-export enterprises should use consulting services, legal services, and consider consulting companies and law firms as companions in the entire business process, not only when disputes arise.
Các doanh nghiệp cũng có lẽ tôi cho rằng cũng vẫn
I think an enterprise will have to sign insurance contracts. Since it doesn't happen, it's okay. But what about if it happens? And many small and medium-sized enterprises often do not sign insurance contracts because it is very expensive. And on with regard to international rights, we have to accept the cost. It will ensure and avoid risks. And if we do not accept the cost when a risk occurs, we lose it. And currently, Vietnam is one of the highly open economies in the participation with many free trade agreements, and FTAs are opening the market doors for Vietnamese businesses. However, along with that, the import-export enterprises also face a multitude of risks, and it is important for businesses to equip themselves with the best equipment to firmly reach out to the big sea.
The Odeon, the 2023 National Clubs Swimming and Diving Championship, organized by the Vietnam Water Sport Association in collaboration with the Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism of Tây Ninh Province at Hai Dang Swimming Pool, ended successfully.
After 5 days of exciting competition from August 15 to 19, more than 270 male and female athletes from 4 age groups under 11 years old, 12 to 30 years old, 14 to 15 years old, and 16 to 18 years old from 20 sponsors, cities, and clubs nationwide participated in competing in 170 events. It includes 112 swimming events and 58 diving ones. Specifically, the swimming track from 50 meters to 1,500 meters in diving, mixed swimming, freestroke, butterfly, freestyle, backstroke. Many units with a strong swimming and diving movement across the country participated in this year's swimming and diving tournament, such as the 4th National Defense Sports Center, the 5th National Defense Sports Center, Ho Chi Minh City, Đồng Nai, Cần Thơ, Tây Ninh, Vĩnh Long, Đồng Tháp, Long An, Trà Vinh, and Bình Dương. For the results of the whole swimming team, the first place belonged to the 5th National Defense Sports Center delegation with the achievement of 29 gold medals, 34 silver ones, 35 bronze ones. Second place is Đồng Nai delegation with the achievement of 19 gold medals, 12 silver ones, and 6 bronze ones. The 4th National Defense Sports Center with the achievement of 17 gold medals, 10 silver ones, 9 bronze ones reached the third place. The next rankings belong to Vĩnh Long, Tiền Giang, Bến Tre. The result of the whole diving delegation. The first place belonged to Ho Chi Minh City delegation with the achievement of 18 gold medals, 21 silver ones, 18 bronze ones. The second place belongs to the 5th National Defense Sports Center with the achievements of 18 gold medals, 13 silver ones, 13 bronze ones. The third place belongs to Đồng Nai delegation with the achievement of 15 gold medals, 8 silver ones, and 11 bronze ones. The provinces of Tây Ninh, Tiền Giang, Bình Thuận, Long An, Vĩnh Long ranked next. Strong delegations have also shown their level, such as Defense Sports Center, such as the 5th Defense Sports Center, the 4th Defense Sports Center, Ho Chi Minh City, Đồng Nai. Even the host unit Tây Ninh has made great progress, and this is also a premise for many new units to attend for the first time. But we evaluate that the units try to have new features. The tournament is both an opportunity for athletes to rough and wreck their own records. At the same time, through the tournament, scouts will discover and select talents and young athletes with excellent achievements to foster into the national swimming and diving team to participate in international tournaments. Although this year had to compete with strong clubs, the TayNinhTV delegation also tried their best to achieve good results for the province with the achievement of 4 gold medals, 5 silver ones, 10 bronze ones, ranked the 4th in diving. To prepare for the National Club Swimming and Diving Championship, I have been training for more than a month, and today I won the gold medal. I'm very happy. I try to practice more to bring the good results to TayNinhTV. in order for the National Club Swimming and Diving Championship in 2023 to end successfully. This is an annual tournament in the national competition system to evaluate the training of young athletes in swimming and diving in localities and industries, thereby promoting the movement of swimming and health training. This time, the Prize Health in Taynin is also an opportunity to introduce and promote the image, culture, and people of Taynin to domestic and foreign tourists, contributing to the development of Taynin tourism.
That's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.